Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Psychosin Psychoanalysis Townsend project. New album, Transcendence. Come out only a couple of days ago. I'm yet to listen to it, so we'll listen to it now and let you know what I think about it. However, I'm going to have a disclaimer before I go into this. I'm going to try and be as unbiased on this review as I can be, but Devin Townsend himself, due to his work with Strappy Young Lad and indeed the Devin Towsend project, pretty much one of my favourite bands ever, so I'll try and give an unbiased review, but obviously there might be a little bit of bias coming in there as well, but I'll do my best. Anyway, let's get into this. So, first things first, I'll get this out of the way. Even though I'm a huge Devin Townsend fan, I've got to admit his last two albums haven't been his best to me. Not to say they were bad, by no means, but Epic Cloud was a very good album, but it didn't quite hit the sort of same buttons that earlier albums had done for me. The same with Ziltoid 2 or Z2. In fact, that was really disappointing because of how good Ziltoid 1 was, and then he went for this big, overblown, epic musical thing, and for some reason, some of it didn't quite work for me, so I was a little bit dubious about this album. I was kind of hoping that, you know, it won't going to be one that's going to be like, oh, it's just another Devin Townsend album, not same sort of thing over and over again, not great, but I'm glad to be absolutely and utterly proven completely wrong, because this is probably the best album he has done for me since, oh Christ, since the Strappy Young Lad albums, really. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing like Strappy Young Lad, nowhere near as heavy or anything, but he's really sort of let the songs breathe in this, whereas before he may have let himself go a little bit too complex on a couple of songs on this and that, on previous albums. With this album, he's really sort of learned to really put the spaces in between songs, in songs, to let the riffs and that breathe a bit more, and not to overload everything with that whole trademark Devin wall of sound that he used to do on previous albums. Not that there was anything wrong with that, obviously previous albums are also excellent, but this album starts with something he's been doing for a few albums now, which is re-recording older songs. This album starts with a re-recording of Truth, which was originally from his 1998 album Infinity, which was another great album, which I recommend you go check out if you haven't already. And from there, the whole song really does sort of lift off into something new. Definitely more proggy than he's been before. Not that that's a bad thing, obviously, but you can understand as the album goes on why he's chosen to call this album Transcendence, because a lot of songs do have that feeling of sort of transcending onto another level. And now I sound like a complete idiot, but trust me, you'll know what I mean when you hear the album. Whole album's absolutely superb. The guitar playing, the drums, everything, all the band, the entire band is absolutely on point. And Devin even allows himself to get some really heavy moments in here as well, which he hasn't done really for a while. Yeah, Epic Cloud has its moments, but he hasn't really gone full bore sort of heavy since the Strapping Young Lad days, really. There's a few moments of it in here which makes the more sort of progressive, lighter moments hit even harder, if that makes sense. Especially when we come to a song like Off Your Light, which after a few slightly mellower songs, you come to this real sort of raging, straight ahead 4 or 5 minute stormer of a metal song called Off Your Light, which has a really positive message to the lyrics, but all in all is an absolutely superb song, one that could definitely get you headbanging. So all in all, best album he's done in a while. Probably one of my albums of the year. We'll see what else gets released this year. Lots of good albums being released this year, has to be said. By signed and unsigned bands, obviously, because I reviewed that Killer Tricks album. That was absolutely superb. So, all in all, great year for bands, great year for Devin. Going to try and get an interview with him next year when he plays the UK. I'll be at the London gig, so if you see me there, come and say hello. So, yeah, if you've never heard Devin before, definitely start with this album. If you have heard Devin before, but, well, chances are you've already bought the album, but if you haven't yet, go buy this album. It's called Transcendence, and it's out now. So there you go, that is what I thought of the new album by Devin Townsend called Transcendence in the UK. I hope you enjoyed the review. Feel free to like, share and subscribe the video. Subscribe to the channel even. I'll try and get some more videos up this week. I know I've been a bit late with this one. Try and get 2 videos up a week, but with work as well, it's getting a little bit difficult, but I'm trying to get at least one video up per week. I'll be back soon with another review for you. Feel free to check out my Patreon. The link is at the bottom of this video and in the description as well. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.
Sun will burn my eyes. I'm trying to touch the sky. I'm calling all my oceans.